Hello YouTube, my apologies. This was just going to be a video, but I got a call, I accidentally clicked on it, then it killed the video. So, do you really need a Pacific Northwest style work boot? It's going to come down to your needs, your foot needs, your feet needs, what your job is, what your job requires, so on and so forth. Recently found out that a lot of these smoke jumpers, when they go and fight these fires, I'm not sure what national or federal regulation or association is requiring their footwear needs. I guess maybe whatever company or association or however that works, I'm not really sure. Whoever they work for, they have requirements on boots. So a lot of them do require them to have a logger boot, which makes sense because they're logging. But do you really need it? I'd say that a lot of people probably don't. A lot of people, now if you're like me and you have a high arch foot, for years basically I've been looking for the perfect boot that will fit the needs of the arch I have in my foot, and I found them with Frank's boots in the Pacific Northwest. They're 55 last, fits my feet like a glove. Perfect toe wiggle room if I get a double E width. I'm going to be trying their 1977, I believe it is. Their number 4 toe shape the next time I order a pair of boots from them. But really is just kind of I don't know. I've just taken to Frank's boots over the JKs that I bought. Kind of wish I wouldn't have bought the JKs now, but it is what it is. You live and you learn. But, these are a perfect example of a boot that probably most people would be more than happy with. These are Carhartt wedge soles. These are waterproof. They have a steel shank in them. Probably not the most high quality leather, not the most high quality outsoles, but they are pretty thick, so you should get some life out of them. What I do like about these mock toes versus the other mock toes is there is no crease right here. There's no crease. What looks like that Carhartt has done, a machine has done, they've just taken one piece of leather, they've kind of bunched it up right here, and then they've just sewn. I'm not even sure. I don't even. These stitches are probably not even. They're probably not even connecting to one another. But they're just, it gives you a faux mock toe look without some of the drawbacks of the mock toe, because that was always the issue with the mock toes. If you were on your knees or crouching, especially the crease, you'd start to get right here where the crease is. You'd start to get an opening right here, and then the toes would always start to open up. So, not a bad design. These are $169. This is not a review of these boots, but this is just a boot that I wanted to grab, for example. $169, you can probably find them $110 on sale at multiple places. Maybe for Black Friday, you can pick them up for like $99. And these, for $99, these really aren't a bad boot. These are a good looking boot. I like the white stitching on the black, nice contrast. Not the most high quality laces. This is, I hate to be that way, but this is kind of, you get what you pay for with a lot of these boots. And, if someone's gardening, if you're a DIYer, if you like to do woodworking and type like construction stuff around your own house, these would be a perfect boot for that. There's no reason in spending $600 on a pair of boots that you're only going to wear on the weekends, or, maybe for an hour or 2 hours after you get off work. Or maybe you just like the look of these mock toes and you want to go to work in them. Say if you live in New York City, or you live somewhere like in Seattle, or New York City necessarily doesn't rain a lot, but, Seattle, a place that rains a lot. And when you're tired of just wearing your tennis shoes and you're tired of, getting your feet's wet every time you get to work. With these being waterproof, it's perfect, perfect fix, a nice stylish boot. These aren't a bad looking boot by any means. Just a good stylish looking boot, ready for whatever the day has to throw at you. I think it'd be fine. You know, if you're a guy that, if you like work for UPS or FedEx or something like that, I think these would be just fine for you. You know, you're getting out of the truck all day, moving in, moving out, walking up steps. Steel shank's going to help with it. Walking up steps, you know, might stand on a ladder, stand on the bar on the truck, getting in and out. You know, I think these are a perfect pair of boots. You know, certain occupations like that, I don't necessarily think that you need a full-fledged Pacific Northwest style boot with a logger heel. I really don't even think that you need something like a Danner Query or even a Danner Super Rainforest. I think the Super Rainforest is just unnecessarily heavy, and the Vibram outsole on it's just really hard. If it gets cold, it basically just, it's like two pieces of ice rubbing together. You know, and even maybe even some of the Red Wings might be a little bit too heavy, like the Super Sole and the Super Sole 2.0. The Dynaforce wouldn't be too heavy because that thing is basically I don't know. Red Wing really pissed me off with that boot, especially, you know, luckily it was a gift. Like these were a gift from my girlfriend. You know, she doesn't expect me to be out trashing these every single day. You know, she expects me to just kind of, you know, wear them around the house. You know, if we go on a hike or something, I might bring these, might not. But not everybody needs a big, huge work style boot. And a lot of the boots I mentioned in my videos, I'll tell you, hey, you know, I don't recommend this for extremely heavy construction. If you're going to be on your feet 10, 12 hours a day going through rock, mud, dirt, blacktop, concrete, certain things like that, I don't recommend these boots. I don't recommend a lot of the Keens. I don't recommend a lot of the Red Wings. But if you're an operator, you're going to be sitting on a piece of machinery all day, and you just need a boot to get you from the truck to the excavator, these would be completely fine. I'd be careful getting up on the excavator because you don't have a wedge sole, or you don't have a 90-degree heel on your sole. You have a wedge sole. Nothing wrong. Nothing be wrong with that. You know, you're sitting in the excavator all day, probably air conditioned, probably heated. You know, depending on how new of a machine it is. These would be completely fine. A lot of the Keens would be completely fine. A lot of the Merles will be completely fine. You know, Merle makes it more like a hiking shoe, but those will be completely fine. You know, but if you're a guy standing on the ground or, you know, something like that, if you're a lineman, I wouldn't recommend these. I just simply wouldn't. And it has nothing to do with these being a bad boot. These really aren't a bad boot. You know, I'm wearing the Danner Queries right now. It's a great boot. It is a heavy duty boot. It's probably the best boot for around at and under $300. I think the Danner Query really is. I'm not going to say these are the best for around the $150 to $200 price range, but they're a pretty good option. You can easily go online. You know, there's multiple ways to check out. Afterpay, Affirm, Pay in 4, credit card, debit card, whatever you want to use. I mean, it's just so easy. You know, for these to be more along a mass-produced boot, and these are mass-produced boot. These are mass-produced boot. These boots are made to wear till they wear out and throw them away. You could probably get these resold if someone would do it, but there's no reason in doing it because it's going to cost you, you know, just as much to resole these as it would be just to buy a new pair of boots. So, you know, if you're a gardener, if you are into light landscaping, if you are a DIYer around your house, if you're putting in a pool, not necessarily a pool, but let's say if you're adding you're building a deck at your house, you know, and you want a boot, or, you know, you're starting to do little projects on the side, I think these would be a perfect boot for you. You know, there's no reason, like I said, going out spending $250, $300, $350, $400 to $600, $700, $1,000. You know, that's going to get into more of a lot of the customization boots. But there's no reason in spending that when you don't need it. You know, I'm all about, you know, buying the best, the most high quality, you know, thing that there is. But if you don't need it, you don't need it. It's like, you know, if you go to Harbor Freight and you just need a wrench one time because, you know, you had to fix something on your vehicle and it used a special tool and Harbor Freight had that tool, why would you not do that? Why would you go to the Snap-on store, spend 5 times the amount? Yeah, you're going to have a lifetime warranty, but a lot of the Harbor Freight has a lifetime warranty too. And you have that tool, and you might need to use it in 5 years. You know, kind of just what you do. But hope everyone has a good day. Hope this was a good video for you all. And understanding that, you know, you don't necessarily have to have the best boot. And, you know, even guys that want the best boot, you know, it's okay if someone wants to buy a pair of these Carhartts, or if someone wants to buy a pair of Keens or Georgia boots, if they don't really need the best boot out there. But I can't say the same about fragrances. So hope everyone has a good day.